This is a simple tutorial on how recursion works in Python. For the questions, it was posted up twice and I answered it once in one of the threads, but I figured it would be easier to show how recursion and return works and what is actually happening when you're getting the this result here, when you get this error of class none type. So as you know from class, what recursion does is that this function will call itself again with a modification to whatever is passed into it. So in this case, for my function, I want to count the number of letters, in this case E, that is inside a phrase I'm going to pass into it, in this case once upon a time. So my base case is that when the phrase is equal to 1, then I want to return back the number of times it's counted this letter, or else here the else, if the letter within the index is 0, so if I were to pass it through the first time, this would be O. I'm going to recursively call the function again, but instead I'm going to slice from 1 to the end, passing through my letter again, and then increment the index by 1. If it is not equal to the letter that I want, then I'm going to recursively call the function again, do the same slice with the same letter, but I'm not going to increment the index, so the index will stay as the default value that it's given. Alright, so once it reaches the end, hits the end, now it will be up to here, so the phrase at the length is now equal to 1. If it is equal to the letter, then it will return the index plus 1. Just so in the case where it is not equal, then you have else return index. Alright, so if we run this function, we should get 2 as the returned function here. Return, oops, misspelled. Okay, so here as you can see it works fine, but if I were to say remove once upon a Tim, it should return 1. And it returns 1 as expected, so we can see that this function works. Okay, so what happens when you get the class of none type is that you're not actually returning anything from the base case. So the caller won't actually receive anything back, because at your base case you're not actually returning anything to the previous calls. What happens is you're actually missing this return. It's most likely the case that you're missing the return. So what will happen now is if I were to run the function again, I'm not going to get anything back, because this is my base case. I'm not actually returning anything. So I'm going to put return back into here, and I should be able to get from the base case whatever it is that I want to get back. So this is essentially how recursion works, and I hope this helps you with fixing the issue that you're having. The other way that you can do the user error input is making a loop and then breaking it when the input is the integer within the range that you want. But if you want to stick with recursion, just make sure that you are returning properly to the caller, otherwise you're not going to get anything back for whatever it is that's calling the function. I hope this helps. If not, just post on the forums and I'll try to help some more.